Well, that's what I mean. I can. Well, I just think it's fucking dumb. It's like this ain't a sport, motherfucker. It's war. You know, like do what you can to win. Well, I look at it like this. If you do anything you can to win, I can understand rules against like unnecessary violence. You know, like I can understand rules about like, oh yeah, we just captured this village and we lined up all the fucking people and beheaded them and shit. You know, it's like yeah, that's fucked up. You know. But like shit like that, but it's like the dude's in the army, he's an officer, he's the commanding officer. It's like fuck you, you're gonna tell me I can't kill him. Like he's fuck that, you know? What the hell? That's just fucking weird as fuck. Same thing, I feel the same way with fucking napalm. How they're like, oh, you can't use napalm because it, like, you can't use the fire weapon to kill people because it fucks with their head. It's like, I know, I'm trying to kill them. Like, you guys can't use fire because it might hurt them. It's like, mm-hmm. Well, this wasn't a therm.
Damn, look at that. Barbecho's plot device.
I guess Santa Blanca owns this too now. They've got their hands on every malignant industry. $1 million question is who's buying from them? Oil from drug cartels and terror groups, minerals, they all get into the market somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, haven't seen anything like this since I was in the sandbox.
Sandbags, barbed wire, observation posts. Rebels must be giving Santa Blanca hell.
Bet these cartel assholes never thought they'd be spending their time dodging snipers and IEDs. Karma sure can be a bitch sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I just feel like like if I look at it like this, if I'm in a situation, I'm gonna look at it like you know, would they do it to me? You know, then yeah, fuck them. Like the Hajis and shit. You know, it's like these motherfuckers will blow themselves up.
Eyes up, we
You
got
know,
hostiles in the area.
just to kill me. He doesn't like he's literally dying in the process. Like he doesn't care though. He's like I at least killed him too. You know, like what the fuck, bro? It's like I'd rather be like, wait a minute, so I can kill him, but I die in the process. All right, fuck it, I'm going home. He's like, no, I go to heaven. 33 virgins suck my dick. But it's like fucking. That's why it's like I look at it like that. Like with someone like that, so how you gonna tell me? How you gonna give me a code of ethics against an enemy like that?
I got a third target.
Like if we were still in the 15th century and that's what I well that that's what I was. Well, that goes back to what I was trying.
We got a Sicario. There, next to the turret.
Well, to me that goes back.
This guy's got mortars.
Well, to me that goes back to like what I was saying earlier. Like so, like what's the difference with? All right, like so, what's the difference? Say I have 100 engagements, you know, and it's like so it's like you could say like every engagement I have, I kill an officer. So you can say, oh, you're systematically killing officers. It's like okay, well, what if I kill an officer every 5 engagements? Is that still systematically or not every 5, but like all right, every like. So I have 3 engagements, then I kill an officer, then 5, then kill an officer, then 2, then kill an, you know what I mean? Like an irregular pattern. It's like at what point do they consider it systematic or not, and how the fuck do they prove it or not? You know?
Shit, he knows he's taking fire.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. If it's not illegal to kill an officer,
Cartel
like
inside the firing post.
it's just weird. Mhm.
I got eyes on a Jenny.
And see, I can understand. But that's what I'm saying though. I know that, but I'm saying I can understand that when it comes to like innocence. Like yeah, like we went into a village and this dude fucking just beat the shit out of a retard with his shotgun. You know, like what the fuck, you know? That's understandable because it's like that was one that was a. But to me, it's like
I see a second target.
mm,
Down, you're giving yourself away.
I got a narco over here. There, inside the firing post.
I'll drive.
We can look to the future with hope.
I'm in, let's go.
We can build a new, bright.
and I get that, and I get that, but I just don't see why that's like I just don't understand how I don't give a fuck. Like I don't give a fuck. I'm like a caveman then. I'm like a caveman then. That was back then though. That was back then though, when everyone else was against the Germans, so no one cared. But I'm just saying like well just like with real court though. Well just like with real court though. Well just like with real court though, if you're a fucking rich guy and you have a bunch of friends, you know what I mean, you're gonna get off. you know, and that's like how America is. It's like, but I'm just saying, I just look at it like America, like we're the ones. I know like we don't run everything, but I mean we're like we have the lion's share of the power, you know. And that's all I'm saying is I don't understand like we're the ones that make the rules. Why are we like the people that we fight, the Arabs and shit, they're not gonna adhere to our rules. So why the fuck are we gonna limit ourselves by having this fake fucking code of rules of shit you can and can't do? And like I said, I can understand like I said, violence against civilians and non-combatants, you know? Like don't do that because you're taking someone that has nothing that, you know, like he's just caught in the crossfire, you know, he don't fucking know. But it's like to me it's like I don't know. Like if it's an enemy, if it's like to me, I look at it like, all right, like we're gonna go in and kill the Taliban, and if you tell me like, all right, well, just so
I
you
got it.
know,
I'll fly.
if you kill the Taliban, it's gonna cause a lot of fucked up shit to happen in the region. I go, well, you know what? It sucks, but collateral damage. The Haji should have thought about that before they. And like I said, I wouldn't try. I put it this way. I look at it like this. I wouldn't try to blatantly do anything to hurt like a non-combatant or an innocent person. You know. I mean, I don't know if anyone's innocent, but you know what I mean? Like, if you're surrendering and I don't know if you're a soldier and whatever, I'm not just going to be like, kill him, you know? But, like I said, on that same note, if it's like, if you're going to tell me, like, hey, you know, we have a chance to kill our enemy here, but, you know, in the process, this, you know, this might happen, I'm going to say, well, you know what? They would do it to us, you know? Like, you can't, to me, I just look at it like, how are you going to fight an enemy if you're going to put a set of rules on you and they don't have the same set of rules, you know? And like you said, if it's an actual army, well, that's what I'm saying though. If it was an actual army, like you said, if it's an actual organized army and you actually did have like enough order and you know respectability to be like, yeah, I can keep my people in check if you keep your people in check, you know,
So, like, can we get some legal
that's one
cocoa
thing, you
here
know, that's.
for the
But like you
altitude?
said, like we're dealing with fuck like since like World War II, it's like, or we're in Vietnam,
Relax.
yeah, we fought the
Eat coconut.
Vietnamese army for the most part, though they're just a bunch of fucking crazy maniacs in the woods, you know.
But the altitude,
And then
it's
like, and
getting
same
getting
thing with
too
the
crazy.
Russians in Afghanistan.
Shut
They're
up.
fighting the Hajis, and now we're fighting the Hajis and shit. So it's like to me, it's like those people don't apply to me. You know, they should be exempt from the so-called Geneva Convention. Well, there you go then. Well, I'm not talking about the Russians. I'm not talking about the Russians. I mean like if you're fucking like the Taliban. I don't want to hear the fucking Taliban being like, you violated the Geneva Convention. You know, like Allah Akbar, you attacked us. Like fuck you. You know what the fuck? Like fuck that. Like I'm not gonna let a motherfucker that's gonna, you know, like they're gonna break the rules. So it's like they're gonna break the rules and attack us, and then we're gonna sit there and be like, well, we can't do it back because you know it's against the rules. Like nah, fuck that. Like I said, I can understand. I mean, like I said, the rules that make sense to me are,
Looks like more
you know,
sicarios want to get some.
blatant fucking violence against fucking like people that aren't like I said, like I don't really care about like World War II, you know, for the most part, it is what it is. But like you said, yeah, like the fact that whether you believe the circumstance or not, but it's like all right, like you're like the Nazis conquer Poland, you know, and then it's like you take all the Polish people and you force them to live in like subhuman conditions and like they're dying of like food and shit like that. And to me, it's like you know, it's like all right, like yeah, I can understand where it's like you know that's you already beat them, you know, like you beat their military, you occupied their country. And I'm not saying like you need to like treat them well, you know, but at the same time, like I'm not, you shouldn't treat them like they're fucking animals, you know. Like that's when I lose sympathy for people. It's like there's an extent where it's like, all right, you know, like, you know, Well, one thing that always boggled my mind about the Holocaust and shit like that is like when you see the pictures of all the people behind the barbed wire and stuff, you know. I just look at it like, okay, well, that makes it even more unacceptable then because it's like I look at it like, all right, I understand there's guards and they have guns and shit, but don't fucking tell me there's as many guards with guns as there are people imprisoned here, you know? Like you people are literally being held in place by barbed wire, you know? And it's like, fuck it, comrade, I'll just stay here and starve to death. It's better than Russia. Well, that's what I mean, though. Well, that's what I mean. Like, a lot of people, well, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, though, like, I'm just saying that, um, you're in prison, like, I don't know. I just look at it like, if you're starving to death, like, what, I know, and I can understand people being demoralized, but at the same point, like, I just see it's like, you're that demoralized that like you're literally like it's not like I could understand like if you're shot or you're injured and like you're in a war zone and it's like I'm fucked, it's over, you know? But it's like you're sitting in that prison camp and it's like literally like a lot of you just starved to death. You were just sitting there like I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, and then you're dead, you know? Like you didn't get to a point where you were like fuck this shit, I don't care, I'm getting a fucking burger, you know, and like, you know, made a rush for it, you know? I'm sure some people did, but I can under like
They're gonna be on top of us in another few seconds. What do we do?
well, I can understand that I can understand that in the early days of the war, to where maybe like you know they didn't realize like hey you know we surrendered, we're still alive at least, you know, and they might not have realized how bad it was gonna get, you know, or that it would get to that point. But like
Kind of got all
you know
excited.
like the people that got captured in like 43 and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I just look at it like all right, yeah, like I could lose the will to live, but it's like
Let's go.
all right, I have two options. I can either say fuck it, try to fight my way out, possibly escape, and then or die, or I can just sit here and just fucking die and like starve to death. Like I just find it like I'm not saying that you can't lose the will to live, that can't happen, but I'm just like it's just like seems to me like god damn, like that's like I don't know, like it's got to be pretty fucking. You got to be pretty fucking demoralized to just sit there and be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna starve to death. I don't even care. Jesus.
This is a message from the Free Rebel Forces of Bolivia. The popular blogger Ramon Feliz has been killed by the Santa Blanca drug cartel. Many of his readers became suspicious when they
Well,
told them his
when you get
pronunciation
to
was
one,
the one that
if to,
supported the cartel. Many readers believed that he was being held
well, to me, because it's
hostage,
like,
but
well,
rebel forces have been
I mean, I'm not a
investigating his
psychologist and
perpetrator
shit, but it's
still,
like,
and we have discovered that
the
the
only
rebels
reason we
was
have
gathering
like,
information on an explosive
morals
story
and stuff is because
responsible
our
for the
brain
death of
has like, you know, we have the higher consciousness, so we have like,
Stay tuned,
ego and
Locals.
stuff like
The
that, you know?
revelations that Ramon Feliz uncovered will
But
destroy the
your
cartel
id, you know,
reputation.
it's there.
It
The
will be
part of you that wants to
instrumental in
just, you
Bolivia's
see a bitch, you
change
want
to
to run up
drug
and grab her
maximum.
ass, you know, you see some
The
dude that you don't
torrents
like, you
shall
just
soon
want to punch him in the face, you
Australianos.
know, that part of you
And
that feels
together,
that way is
we will
there.
build a new
And
Bolivia.
it's like, yeah, eventually he's gonna be like, I need to eat. Like if this ain't a joke, like we're going to die, you know? Like I just don't understand how like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not in that situation, so I can't say, you know? I've never
Let's
been
lock down Dan
held
Baker
at
and Bond.
gunpoint and
Bet
tortured
all we
and
ever need for a
starved, and
bomb
so I
is
can't
matchwood.
say how.
Not worth as much as a couple tons of coca, anyway.
Out of the car, now. Don't make this harder than it has to be.
Go on without me.
When I look at it, I What's up?
Bad guys in the area. Heads up, narco with a submachine gun. Sticking close to the helo.
Well, to me, that's well, well, to me, that's why I say like I don't know because I've never been in war. I've never been a soldier. I've never been in like a well, I mean, you could say when we were in that car, we were in a technically life or death situation, you know. But like I've never been in a life or death situation like that, you know. So I can't, yeah, yeah. So I can't say for certain how I would react or what would happen, you know. No one can until you're actually faced with that. But all I can do is relate to like any other situation that's somewhat similar. Like I just look at it like, you know, like I've gotten in fights and what you see me like get into it with that cop, you know, even though it was fucking bullshit, you know. But it's like I got into it with that cop. Got into it with kids at school that would call me fat or like make a joke at me, you know. So it's like to me, it's like if I'll do all that to someone just like saying like I'll choke your mom with my dick, you know, like I beat his ass, you know. I ran from that cop and got out of that fight with him when when push came to shove, you know, like that was that flight or fright instinct shit, you know. And like my body was like fuck this shit, we're out, you know, like run, you know. Same thing with that day Armagog snuck up on us on the fucking train bridge and I got away from everyone and Dwayne was all acting like he was passing out and shit like hey. Weren't you there for that or was that someone else? And Dwayne like
We're clear on this side.
well anyway, all I'm saying is I can think of those situations and all I know is how I acted in those situations, so it's like now you're telling me I'm in a situation where this is a foreigner most likely, you know, and it's like I already know he's like I most likely will know that he's an enemy, you know. And it's like you have a gun in my face and you're threatening to kill me, you know. So it's like if I get, I think I would probably take my chances trying to CQC a gun out of a motherfucker's hand, you know. Even if I failed horribly, you know. I just can't see myself being like, all right, I surrender. I'd rather get shot trying to fucking go. To me, like right now, like I said, I can't say until I'm in the situation. But as of right now, I could think I would rather, like if like right now, I'm gonna apply it to our most recent enemy. You know, so it's either gonna be the Hajis or like fucking the Koreans. You know, and it's like if you tell me, it's like you know, like all right, they're gonna take you and they're gonna fucking cut your head off and put you on fucking TV and be like, Allah Akbar, you know, fuck that, you know. You motherfuckers, you know, I'm not gonna surrender. I'm not gonna surrender to you motherfucking savages and have you guys do whatever the fuck you're gonna do to my body and shit. You know what the fuck? Like if you're gonna do it, well, that's the thing. It's like if you're gonna fucking disgrace my body and treat me like an infidel animal and all that crap, like fine, you can do that after I'm fucking dead, you know. But I'm not gonna just surrender and expect you guys to treat me with quarter, you know. That's how I look at it. Is like that motherfuckers ain't gonna treat me. That's how I look at it, like with the Geneva Convention. Well, you said they don't apply anyway, so it's whatever. But it's like you're gonna tell me not to kill a fucking. Well, I'm just saying like you're gonna tell me not to kill a fucking Haji fucking a Haji fucking officer. Fuck you, you know. Kill the shit out of that motherfucker. I'll kill his whole fucking family. Because like you said though, like they don't have any honor. You know, they're to me like they're to me, the Taliban doesn't. To me, like the Taliban or people like that. Those people to me aren't soldiers. You're terrorists. You're criminals. Well, I don't know. I'm just thinking when you say officer, I'm just thinking anyone that would be like able to give commands, like a lieutenant and up. Uh, well, I mean, well, well I understand. I understand that Well, put it this way, I understand that and I respect that. Like I said, well, like I said, I understand that and I respect that, and I would probably be that way if I knew I was dealing with like an actual enemy army, you know? Like, like if we were going against an actual army, well, no, I'm just saying. uh, Well, no, yeah, well, no, all right, well, is that what you meant by systematically? See, because I'm just thinking like say you like say you were in a field. Like I'm just saying like that's the way I thought it was confusing because it's like I look at it like this, like well, that's what I was thinking of. That's why that well well to me like I said under it. Well, to me, I can understand like don't kill an officer if he's surrendered or captured, given up, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, like if you already have like a unit surrendered and you're like, who's the guy in charge here? Oh, it's this guy. All right, you're dead. You know. Okay, you know that's different. You know, because I can understand that like he's already disarmed. You know, and then yeah, I do believe that armies should treat fellow officers with respect. You know, if it's like a non if the situation's over with. You know. I'm just saying, like, well, like I said, we talked about executing people before. Like I said, if it's a situation where it's like I can't take him with me and I can't take care of, you know what I mean? Like, and you have to execute him, like that's one thing, you know. But yeah, just killing someone because it's like, oh, we're killing all your fucking officers, and they're already like that. I can see is like fucked up. But my main thing was I was applying it to like say you got like a group of like say there's like say we go to an Unidad base, you know, and you always like I got eyes on the captain, you know. It's like so like I can understand if it was like every single engagement like you killed the things or whatever. Even then I'm still like, well, it's an engagement. I just look at it like if I shoot this fucking officer, what like at what point do they decide like okay that was just a standard kill, you were just doing a regular thing, and then being like no you were being you're killing too many officers now you're it's like wait a minute well how do I fucking you know that gets confusing. What if I killed the whole base though? Okay then well see that's what okay well then that's why it's confusing to me because I'm just like see that's what I'm saying that's how I'm looking at it. I'm not saying like well that's where I was trying well that's where I was trying to well, that's how I was trying to see the difference. Okay, see, I can understand that if it's like, all right, like you were in a group of people and it's like, what did you guys do? Oh, we just went around to all these different areas and killed the bosses, you know? You know? Okay, I could see that as being as somewhat dishonorable. Yeah, but that's see when you were just saying systematically killing officers, I was thinking of it in terms of just like open battle too. Like if you were just saying like anytime you have a battle, kill the officer first, you know? Because to me that's what it's like all right so like if I'm like in war and I come across like a unit of people and we're fighting it's like I'm just gonna be like whatever you guys do don't shoot the officer we're all going to jail. I get what you mean now. Well, that's, I mean, see, that's the thing. I understand what you're getting at now. See, but like I was saying, like when I was thinking of it before, I'm just thinking about like, all right, so if we're in an engagement and I kill, like, say we're in a unit and we get into 5 engagements over the course of a month, you know, and we kill all the people in those engagements, including the officer. You know, it was just like that's the way it went down. It's like that's what I was trying to think. Like I was like, so what if you get in like 5 engagements in a month and you kill 5 officers that are, and like even though you kill all the other people too, they're gonna be like, hey, you know, you're supposed to only kill the soldiers and shoot the officer 3 times and take him prisoner. Like, wait a minute, what? Like, putting officers and then fleeing into the bushes, you know?
Got some hostile activity.
Oh yeah, you do it in Assassin's Creed. In what? Well, in Assassin's Creed 3, it takes place during the Revolution, and I remember I mentioned a part of this to you before, where there's the mission where like you got to sneak up on the British and they're firing the volleys at you, and you got to like wait for them to fire the volley and then run like while they're reloading. Well, the main point in that is like you're at the Battle of Lexington and Concord and shit, and you're helping out the Patriots, but like they pretty much you're talking to the one dude, and pretty much your dude's like, all right, well, I'll fucking sneak around, fucking flank, and kill their officer, you know, so they won't know what to do, you know. And that's basically what you're doing. Like like the engagement's going on, the British are engaging them, but you're like flanking the shit out of them, trying to avoid like getting detected, trying to sneak up on their fucking dude. But that's like the main reason why you're doing it, because it's like, oh, the officer, he's the one back there calling all the shots. If you kill him, they're gonna be disorganized. They're not gonna know what to do. And to me, it's like, I don't know, like I'm still 50-50. Like if that's all you're doing is going around from point A to point B and killing officers and moving on, I guess I can get that. But at the same time, too, I'm still just like, it's like, what am I doing wrong? I'm killing the fucking leader of my enemy who makes my enemy better organized against me. And it's like, what? You know, like, Oh, and I'm not saying that that's not, I'm not saying that that's not an issue. I'm just saying that why is that my issue? Well, it's like I am being responsible. This motherfucker started a war with me. You know that now. Like to me, I look at it. To me,
Under a target carrying submachine guns.
like I said, well, I'm not.
Get to cover. Move.
That's the thing that's the thing that I'm trying to like. That's the thing that I'm saying. Like here's the thing. It's like if like there's no real. It's like if I was fighting against another army, and we had an agreement, and it was you know you can always say, well, he could lie and he can do it anyway. But let's just say hypothetically we can trust each other, you know, and we had the agreement of, all right, you don't kill my officers because it can cause that problem, and I won't do it to you either, though, you know. And it's mutual. Then okay, you know, okay, fine, you know, we're playing by the same rules or whatever. Okay, that's fine. Like I'm not gonna be a bitch and break the rules if you don't, you know. But on that same note, like you said, you know, no one really gives a shit anyway, you know. So it's like, you know, like I'm gonna be a Goku and play by the fucking rules, and you're gonna fucking just take advantage of my kindness and shit because I'm an idiot and, you know, showing you courtesy even. Well, I know, and that's where I'm like, fuck that, you know, like, and like I said, like the other part of what I was saying about that was, you know, once again, like this is if we're fighting an actual army that's like civilized and organized, and to me, it's like people like the Taliban and shit like that, and Al Qaeda and stuff like that. To me, it's like I don't give a fuck if you don't apply. That doesn't apply to you. You guys aren't an army, you know. Like to me, you guys are a bunch of disorganized fucking criminals and thugs and shit anyway. So fucking fuck you. You don't get that courtesy because you wouldn't show me that courtesy. I know you wouldn't show me that courtesy, you know. And then on that same note too, like, I know this is gonna sound fucked up too, because it's like with the innocent people, you know? Like, if I'm at war with you and I end up having to kill you or one of your people or whatever, like one of your officers, and now like your army is like running wild, and now they're just a bunch of fucking thugs causing problems in the countryside, you know? Like, I can understand that that's a problem, and I do have some level of sympathy for the innocent people, but at the same time, I look at it like, hey, this is just as much your fault as it is mine, you know? Unless I'm the open aggressor, you know? Like, I look at it like, if I look at it like whoever's the defending army, it shouldn't matter. Like, okay, like if I'm the, I know some people, I know I'm one of the people that don't give a shit. Yeah, well, because that, to me, them people that's,
Okay, we're still good.
well, that's what I mean. I can't say how that feels. I don't know how that feels, but all I know is that like I can't. To me, like as I look at it right now, I just look at it like I don't know, like unless I was like in a legit prison, like it's like all right, if it was like we were captured, we were defeated, and it's like I'm in prison now for the rest of my life, you know, or something like that, that would be one thing. But it's like as long as I'm not imprisoned 100% or whatever, I just can't see myself being to the point where it's like I would just like accept death, you know, like it just be like I would like because to me it's like I'm not religious, you know. Some of those people that gave up, a lot of people, especially back then, were more religious, you know. So a lot of people could be like, well, I'm gonna go to heaven or whatever. But to me, I don't believe in that shit. So to me, it's like I don't know, like it's like shit could be fucked up, but at the same time, like as far as I know, like death is non-existence, you know. Like to me, it's like I don't know. That seems like even worse to me than anything. So it's like I don't know. I don't know if I would ever get that bad where I would fucking be like I'd want to like do kill myself or let someone kill me. It's hard to say though because I've never been in that situation that bad or grim before. But yeah, like I was like that thing like I was saying like with the aggressor army, you know, I think the liability should be on more on them too, depending on whoever started the shit or the reason for starting the shit, you know. And like you know, like I said, like yeah, it could be justified on both sides, but I look at it like this, like if country A wants what country B has, you know, and country fucking A's like, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna attack country B and take that shit because we need it, you know. It's like it's like now to me, whether they're morally justified or not, you know, they can say like, well, we need it, you know, we had to do what we had to do, you know, sorry, you know, like in that situation, like fuck, like how you gonna put a set of rules on country B when they're being attacked, you know, and they were just minding their own business, and now you got this group of people attacking them for their shit, and then it's like you're gonna tell them like, okay, well, you guys got to fight back, but you can't do this, that, and the other because it's against the moral rules. Like fuck you, they're attacking me. Civilians. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's where it's fucked up. Like it's a civilian. You know? I'm not surprised we don't give a shit. Oh, I'm not. I just know. I'm just applying. I'm just going off of like like my own specific morals. You know. I just look at it like I would feel
There will be
bad.
hostiles.
I would feel bad and guilty if I killed what I thought or what I, as far as I knew, was just an unarmed citizen who just happened to be
They're gonna
living
make
in
you
the
pay for
area
it.
when this shit happened, you know? Especially if I was the fucking foreigner, you know, like if we were under attack by fucking like if shit broke out in the streets and we were being attacked by fucking ISIS and shit, you know? You know, I wouldn't give a fuck if some Arab got hung in the street. Burn his ass on a stack of tires, you know? Fuck him, you know? But you know, on the contrary though, it's like if I'm a soldier and I'm in Iraq and I'm fucking it's one thing to be killing and like all right, this is a fucking Taliban motherfucker. I got his ass. What's up, bitch? You know, like I'm gonna fucking cut your nipples off. I'm gonna torture the shit out of you. I don't give a fuck, you know. But if it's like we just like, and I understand I understand the whole like, well, you don't know this guy could be a Taliban guy and just denying it, you know.
Sniper, top of the tower.
Well, I look at it because I'm applying this shit to fucking, you know, like they got a problem with us. They're the one, like, I don't know. I look at it like because he would do it to me, you know. I'm not religious, but I'm a firm believer in do unto others, you know.
Marking a hostile. It's close to some locals. Tango
Check
marked
your
He'd probably do
tracks.
worse
There's
than
enemies
that
all
nearby.
over the place.
if I cut my.
Marking target. Watch the back.
No, I heard a story about
That's 5.
I heard a story about a girl that cut her boyfriend's. She sawed his ass cheek off with a knife, and I'm like it was like a fucking carved ham. Like she fucking like and sliced it off. Like what the fuck? I don't know. I'm just put it this way. Maybe it's because I was never in an army and I was never disciplined. You know, like so maybe if I went through all that, I'd be a little different. You know, but the way I look at shit, I look at it like, you know what? If a motherfucker would do it to me, or they wouldn't feel bad about doing it to me, and then fuck, then I'm doing it too, you know? Like if a Haji's gonna blow himself up, if a Haj, alright, yeah, I just look at like if a Haji's gonna kill me or blow himself up or do all this insane, he's gonna go to extreme lengths. Like I'm not gonna fucking handicap myself in a fight against like. This is the last thing, then I'll let you go. But it's like I look at it
We got a tango with
like
multiple civilians around.
Debo. You know, Debo just walked up on you with the street like, "What's up, Paul?" You know, and he's got the fucking knife in the brick. You know, I'm not gonna be like, "Go get my boxing gloves." You know, like fuck that. Like this nigga's serious. I gotta get serious. Like I'm not gonna be like, "All right, let's no doing this or that." It's like no, this nigga's got a knife and a brick and he wants to fucking kill me. Like I'm gonna no pulling punches with this motherfucker.
We got a couple of fronts here.
I know you're not. I'm just saying
Over
that's
there.
fucking
Where the
retarded
fuck?
to me.
One's close. We're cool. We're cool.
Well, yeah. I the only thing I could the only the only thing I could think of the only thing I could think of the only thing I could think of being worse than war or being in like a war situation. The only thing I could think of is being fucking being like captive by like Buffalo Bob or someone like that. You know. Because it's like this most like he pretty much like someone like a Buffalo Bob, like he has all the fucking shit that was in war, but it's like it's like he's not in war though. He's just a psycho. He wants to make a skin out of my fucking like clothes out of my skin. Like what the fuck? Oh yeah, but to me the fucked up thing though about like with the serial killer is like it's like
What the
you
hornet's
could be
nest?
tortured in war, but for the most part you're being tortured
Look at the
for
cat.
information or because you're an enemy combatant or you're a suspected enemy combatant. It's like this motherfucker is torturing you because he's like enjoying it and he's getting a boner off of it. Oh yeah, I'm not saying civilian. I'm
Sniper! Take cover.
and that's why and that's why it's like it's hard to say because it's like I want to say like like all right, well, if you were going into an area or whatever, like as long as like they're civilians and they're surrendering and they're not whatever, like don't do anything to them. But on the same note, I understand the argument of like, well, this guy could be a fucking Haji in disguise and he's just fucking hiding out and pretending he's normal. So, and it's like, if I let him go, he's gonna go tell his buddies that we're here and shit. So it's like, I understand that argument of it too. So I look at it like, in a combat situation, if you absolutely can't take him prisoner or keep him detained and you're forced to execute him, I don't have a problem with that. But like, just killing like people just like out of left field just because for the fuck of it, like I don't know. At least that's like, yeah, because it's like, oh yeah, because it's like there's so many different ways you can like be like, well, like I just said, like he's innocent. Well, he could be this, he could be that, he could be. Well, that's why I think it. Well, that's why I just find it like I can understand. Well, that's why it's like. Well, that's why it's like that. Why they would try to make something like the Geneva Convention, because it's like, all right, like war brings out the worst in us, and like a lot of bad shit happens in the aftermath and stuff like that. So it's like I can get why you would want to theoretically try to have like something like that, but at the same time, it's fucking contradictory as fuck. Like you're trying to apply humane rules to a fucking inhumane situation. You know what I mean? It's just like fucking weird. Like, you guys kill each other nice now. It's like, you can kill him, but don't hurt him. Alright.
That was fucking close. Getting a position, good sight line. Let me get in position. I've got the target. Got the target.
Say the word, boss.
Tango down. We rattled somebody's cage.
Frag out. Come mierda, culeros. Power's down.
I'm opening fire. Find some cover fast. Check fire! Check fire! Civilian down!
Watch the checkpoint. Grenade! Grenade!
Drag out. God damn, that was close. Fucking hell!